In the high-stakes world of professional tennis, opportunity often arrives not through victory, but through absence. And right now, chaos has erupted on the WTA and ATP tours just days before the prestigious Wimbledon DC Open in Washington. In a stunning turn of events, over 10 players have withdrawn from the tournament, including 5 major stars who have sent shockwaves through the sport. Former champions, hometown favorites, and Grand Slam contenders, they are all dropping like flies, leaving the draws wide open for a new generation of talent. For one rising Filipina superstar, this chaos is music to her ears. As the Washington Open implodes with a historic wave of last-minute pullouts, Alex Eala's path to glory has suddenly opened up in dramatic fashion. From partnering with a living legend to capitalizing on the exodus of her rivals, the stars are aligning for the 21-year-old sensation. We are breaking down the complete anarchy descending upon the ATP and WTA events, analyzing how these withdrawals, and one very special doubles partnership, could redefine the trajectory of a career already on the fast track to greatness. The North American hardcourt swing is supposed to be the grand crescendo leading into the US Open, the final battleground where legends are forged and rankings are solidified. However, the 2026 Wimbledon DC Open is starting not with a bang, but with a whimper of panic, as a staggering wave of withdrawals has decimated the initial entry lists. Reports confirm that with just 3 days to go before the main draw kicks off, the tournament has been left reeling by a great exodus of top talent, changing the complexion of both the men's and women's singles draws. On the ATP side, the departure list reads like a who's who of the upper echelon of the men's game. The withdrawals were led by 2 of the most formidable names in tennis, Daniil Medvedev and Felix Auger-Aliassime. Sources close to the players indicate that these exits are not merely for rest or minor niggles, but rather a strategic recalibration amid significant changes to their coaching teams. Auger-Aliassime has split with his longtime coach, Frederick Fanong, while Medvedev has ended his partnership with Thomas Johansson, prompting both to step back from the US capital to regroup before the majors. They were quickly joined by a slew of other high-profile names. Arthur Rinderknecht dropped out of the main draw, a move that allowed Jerry Shang, currently ranked world number 268, a last-minute entry into the tournament. However, the biggest blows to the domestic audience came with the withdrawals of Americans Sebastian Korda and Riley Opelka. Korda, the 2024 champion, and Opelka, a hometown favorite, have both withdrawn from qualifying, stripping the event of 2 of its most marketable assets. These exits, combined with the losses of players like Arthur Ferry and Mattia Bellucci, bring the total number of ATP withdrawals to a staggering 10 men, leaving the tournament director scrambling to fill spots with alternates and qualifiers. But the chaos is not confined to the men's side. The WTA draw has also been hit hard, with official confirmations that Marta Kostyuk, Iva Jovic, Jasmine Paolini, Katerina Siniakova, and Jacqueline Christian have all withdrawn from the women's tournament. While these names might not carry the same weight as Medvedev on the women's side, their absence opens up specific sections of the draw, allowing for a major shift in the power balance. For the players who remain, this is a moment of intense opportunity. The field has been thinned, the pressure is reduced, and the ranking points are still there for the taking. The Washington Open, once a daunting gauntlet of champions, is now a barren landscape where an ambitious player can seize the day. While the tournament organizers are frantically trying to save face, one player is looking at the chaos and seeing a golden opportunity, Alexandra Eala. The 21-year-old Filipina sensation arrives in Washington riding the wave of the biggest victory of her life and the highest ranking of her career. Just weeks ago, Eala captivated the world at Wimbledon by defeating the defending champion, Iga Swiatek, on center court. It was a performance that announced her arrival on the biggest stage in tennis, showcasing a level of grit and shot-making that proved she is no longer just a promising junior, but a genuine threat at the highest level. At Wimbledon, Eala didn't just beat Swiatek, she dismantled her aura. The victory was a cathartic moment, marking the culmination of years of hard work at the Rafa Nadal Academy. She showed steely nerves, saving set points in a thrilling tiebreak before cruising to a 7-6, 11-9, 6-2 victory. That run to the round of 16 elevated her to a career-high WTA ranking, cementing her status as the first player from the Philippines to reach the second week of a Grand Slam in the Open era. She arrived home to a hero's welcome, a symbol of national pride and sporting excellence. Now, she turns her attention to the hard courts of Washington, a surface she knows well and a tournament where she made her Grand Slam breakthrough last year. Eala is officially listed in the main draw of the Wimbledon DC Open, and she enters the tournament with her confidence soaring and her game in peak condition. It is a stark contrast to many of her rivals, who are arriving out of form or withdrawing entirely. Eala is in the perfect position to strike. Analysts are predicting that Eala could break into the top 20 of the WTA rankings by the end of the US Open, and Washington is the launching pad for that ambition. With several of the top seeds pulling out or showing vulnerability, she is no longer just a dangerous floater in the draw. She is a favorite to make a deep run. The Wimbledon DC Open is the first step in a grueling but exciting North American hardcourt swing, which includes WTA 1000 events in Canada and Cincinnati. A strong performance in Washington isn't just about winning a trophy, it's about building momentum for the biggest hardcourt season of her life. Perhaps the most electrifying news surrounding Alex Eala's Washington campaign isn't just the singles draw, it's the doubles draw. In a move that has captured the imagination of tennis fans around the world, tournament organizers have confirmed that Eala will team up with the legendary Venus Williams in the doubles competition. This is a partnership steeped in history and emotion. Venus Williams, a 7-time Grand Slam singles champion and a pioneer of the modern game, represents the past and the enduring standard. Eala, a product of the Rafa Nadal Academy and the WTA's rising future, represents the new generation. The pairing is a beautiful passing of the torch, a mentor-protege relationship that has already begun to flourish. The two have trained together and shared the court before, but this marks a significant competitive collaboration. For Eala, playing alongside Venus Williams is an invaluable experience. Williams' court craft, tactical intelligence, and unyielding competitive fire are legendary. Sharing a locker room and a court with the American icon provides Eala with a masterclass in what it takes to sustain a career at the top. As she prepares for the pressure of a deep US Open run, the opportunity to play doubles with Venus offers a unique insight into the mind of a champion. For Venus, who is continuing her storied comeback, it is a chance to play with the next generation. She has always been a proponent of women's tennis, and her partnership with Eala demonstrates a belief in the Filipino player's abilities. The pairing is also a massive win for tournament organizers, creating a marquee doubles team that will draw significant crowds and media attention. The synergy between the two is palpable. Venus's power and net play complement Eala's baseline consistency and quickness. It is a formidable combination. In the chaos of a tournament that has lost so many singles stars, the Eala Williams doubles team provides a compelling narrative of legacy, mentorship, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. It elevates the Washington event from a mere stop on the tour to a must-watch affair. The withdrawals of Medvedev, Auger-Aliassime, Paolini, and others have fundamentally altered the competitive landscape in Washington. While the WTA still features heavyweights like Jessica Pegula, Alina Svitolina, and Naomi Osaka, the removal of several seeds in the bottom half of the bracket creates a tremendous opportunity for Eala to navigate a slightly less treacherous path to the final. Eala is currently ranked inside the world's top 30, which means she is highly likely to be seeded for this tournament and a major contender for one of the top 4 seeds by the time the US Open rolls around. Her aggressive baseline game is perfectly suited for hard courts. She possesses a fearless mentality, as evidenced by her takedown of Swiatek at Wimbledon, and she has the weapons to penetrate the court and dictate play. If she can handle the pressure and the spotlight, she has the capability to contend with anyone left in the draw. As she heads into the North American hard court swing, Eala has relatively few points to defend compared to her rivals, who are coming off deep runs in previous years. This means every match she wins in Washington, Toronto, and Cincinnati is pure profit for her ranking. A deep run in Washington, or even a title, which would be her biggest WTA title to date, could catapult her into the top 20 or even higher, setting her up for a seed at the US Open. However, the path ahead is not without its challenges. The exodus of top ADP and WTA stars, while helping her immediate seeding, does increase the pressure on her to perform. She will be expected to deliver by a fan base that is now fully aware of her potential. Furthermore, the presence of players like Osaka and Svitolina ensures that the title will not be easy to claim. Eala will have to overcome the mental fatigue of a long season and the physical toll of a switch from grass to hard courts. Yet, the signs point toward a major breakthrough. With the draw opening up and her confidence sky-high, Alex Eala is no longer just a participant in Washington, she is a protagonist. The chaos has opened the door, and if she walks through it, she could leave the nation's capital as the biggest story of the tournament, solidifying her status as one of the most exciting players in the world.